Are you a good girl? The one who smiles, nods, and self sacrifices to keep the peace? The one who stays quiet, struggles to speak her truth, avoids conflict like it's a full time job, and feels guilty the second she even thinks about putting herself first? If you're nodding alone, you're not alone. That so called good girl identity might feel like a badge of honor, but it's really just another flavor of people pleasing. And that urge to please others comes with a heavy price tag. As a matter of fact, 60% of women admit that constant people pleasing is making their lives harder, not easier, causing heck of stress. And you're not just paying in stress, you're paying in energy, health, money, and even who you get to become. But don't fret, because by the end of this video, you'll understand where this programming comes from, what it's really costing you, and most importantly, how to bust this exhausting cycle wide open so you can take your first real steps toward recovery. So grab your favorite drink and let's dive in. What's up, it's your girl Keisha B, a recovering people pleaser. So trust me, I've been down this road. This isn't theory for me, it's lived experience. And I've spent years untangling this programming myself, and I want to share what I've learned so you don't have to carry it as long as I did. So first, let me ask you something. Now, be honest with yourself. How many of these sound familiar? You mirror other people's behavior to make them comfortable. You have a hard time recognizing how you really feel about something. You agree when you secretly disagree. You avoid conflict like it's the plague. You feel responsible for how other people feel. And when it comes to boundaries, what boundaries? If you're feeling seen right now, it's like I told you, been there, done that, learned the hard way. But I know some of you are probably thinking, but Keisha, what's wrong with being good? Nothing, boo, nothing at all. But there is a difference between being genuinely good and having good girl syndrome. Think of it like this. Being good is about acting from love, honesty, and respect. Being a good girl is about guilt, silence, and self-abandonment. One gives with limits and leaves you full. The other gives till she's drained and is running on fumes. It's authentic kindness versus destructive patterns. So let's talk about where this comes from and why it feels so freaking natural. From the moment we popped into this world, society started shaping us. As little girls, we got gold stars for sitting quietly, praise for not causing trouble, and love for making everyone else comfortable. We learned that pleasing others meant getting approval, love, and attention. And that felt good, didn't it? So we kept doing it. It became our survival strategy. But what we didn't realize was that we were also learning to play small. Then there are all the cultural messages. From rom-coms to social media, we've been fed the same image. The good girl is sweet, calm, accommodating, never too loud, never too much, and always put others first. But women with boundaries and who speak up for themselves, they're cast as villains. And that narrative bleeds right into our daily lives. From highlight reels of the perfect mom or the perfect wife, the Pinterest perfect holidays, or workplace praise for always saying yes and picking up the slack. It's no wonder we internalize this good girl stereotype and believe that it means being perfect and selfless. But wait, it gets deeper. This mindset gets passed down through generations. Our mothers, grandmothers, and aunts, a lot of them carried the same programming. Not because they wanted to limit us. No, that definitely wasn't their intention. But because that's how they learned to survive. But what got them safe then is what got us stuck now. And we get to break that chain. And your family probably has its own version of sayings like, ladies are to be seen and not heard, or you should smile more, or my personal favorite, good girls don't make a scene. And I know it's not just me. Drop a comment below and tell me where you think your good girl programming comes from. Now that we know where it starts, let's talk about what it's actually costing you. And the price tag is higher than you think. First up, your physical self. People pleasing isn't just tiring, it's toxic to your body. It pushes you into chronic stress mode, which shows up as headaches, fatigue, insomnia, and even heart disease. Your body is literally keeping score. This isn't just regular tired. This is soul deep exhaustion from giving away your energy with nothing in return kind of tired. So tonight, check in with your body. Where are you carrying tension? Shoulders, jaws, back. That's your body whispering something's not right. Do some light stretching, yoga, or anything that helps relieve that tension you didn't even know you were carrying. Your body will thank you. The physical stuff is just the beginning. Mentally, you experience anxiety, decision paralysis, guilt spirals, self-doubt, and that constant voice asking, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? That's good girl syndrome talking. And worst of all, you're so busy managing everyone else's emotions that you've lost touch with your own. So tonight, ask yourself one thing. What do I actually want right now? Even if it's just a nap and a snack, and then go do it. Did you know that good girl programming is also costing you money? yeah, boo, is messing with your money. Why? Because good girls don't negotiate salaries. We don't ask for promotions. We don't speak up in meetings. We take on extra work without extra pay because we don't want to seem difficult. And let's talk about something that hits close to home for me. How many times have you loaned money to family or friends knowing deep down you'll never see it again? But you do it anyway because saying no feels impossible. Because good girls help family, right? Even when it's draining your savings account. I've lost thousands over the years doing exactly this. Not because I was generous, but because I was programmed to feel guilty for having boundaries around my own doggone money. So next time you're tempted to say yes to something money related, pause, ask, am I doing this out of choice or out of guilt? And then there are our relationships. This is where it gets really messy. When you're always the giver, you attract takers. You end up in one-sided relationships because you're doing all the emotional labor. See, you can't have authentic connections when you're constantly performing as the good girl. People fall in love with your mask, not your real self. Plus, you're teaching people how to treat you. When you don't set proper boundaries, people learn they can walk all over you. And in a moment, I'll share with you a free resource to help you set boundaries with boldness to protect yourself and snatch back control. So your next tiny action is this. Practice one boundary this week, even if it's small. Like, I can't talk right now. I'll call you tomorrow. That's it. Enough said. Now that we know what being a good girl really is, where it comes from, and what it's costing you, let's talk about how to escape this trap. First, you got to see it to change it. Start paying attention to when you automatically say yes when you don't want to, when you shrink to fit in, and when you put everyone else's needs ahead of your own. Keep a little mental note, or better yet, write it down. Call it your good girl moments log. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Then start small. Don't try to revolutionize your entire life overnight. That's not sustainable and is definitely not fun. Start with tiny rebellions. Say no to one small request. Express one authentic opinion. Take 5 minutes for yourself and don't feel guilty about it. Next, you gotta set better boundaries. This is where the magic happens. Boundaries aren't mean, they're necessary. Start with simple ones, and you don't need to justify or explain. Say things like, I can't take on extra work this week. I need some time to think about that. Or that doesn't work for me. Now, to help you with this, I created a free resource called Bodacious Boundaries. This playbook will show you exactly how to set boundaries that stick, transform into a more confident person, and strengthen your mental and emotional well-being so you can finally gain a greater sense of who you really are. I'll drop the link in the description below. Grab it and start practicing today. Next up, spend time figuring out who you are underneath all that people pleasing. What do you actually like? What are your real opinions? What lights you up, and what do you want your life to look like? Now, this might feel weird at first, and that's normal. You're meeting yourself for the first time in probably a long time. And last, yet one I feel is really important for your continued exit from the good girl syndrome, is to surround yourself with people who love the real you, not the performed version of you. And sometimes that means letting go of relationships that only worked when you were playing small. And that's okay. You're making room for better, to live your life on your terms. So here's a tip for you. If you don't have a support system in place yet, or just want to connect with more like-minded people who are also escaping their normal, join me in the Escapers Lab. This is a community where recovery people pleasers like you and me come together to share wins, get encouragement, and support each other through this journey. Because transformation is always easier when you're not doing it alone. Link in the description below. So listen, escaping good girl syndrome isn't easy. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, and people might not like this new you. But what I know for sure is you weren't meant to live a small, people-pleasing life. You were meant to be unapologetically yourself. So if this resonated with you, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment and tell me what's one small way you're going to start putting yourself first this week. And if you want to escape this trap even further, watch this video next where I break down the 10 life habits that could be ruining your life. Lastly, don't forget to check out those free resources I mentioned, the Bodacious Boundaries Playbook and the Escapers Lab community. Both links are waiting for you in the description below. Until next time, be your own kind of different, boo-boo. Toodles!